In this episode of Tales from the Trenches, we explore the tale of the self-destructing team. Warning, this team will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Tales from the Trenches videos explore real-life scenarios and war stories with agility. We'll explore challenges, scenarios, concepts, and identify actionable takeaways that you may wish to experiment with in your own Agile journey as you forge your own Tales in the Trenches. Now let me tell you the tale of a team I once worked with. They had been put in a very difficult situation, and this was widely acknowledged by those involved. They were given a waterfall deadline and asked to work in an agile way of working, something I'm sure many of you have experienced. They were tasked with integrating multiple systems together from a legacy system without any expertise or knowledge historically, and they had to piece things together and learn as they went along. They were constantly up against it. They began with the best of intentions, but as time pressure increased, they stopped doing retros, their stand-ups became status meetings. They began self-destructing, and as a consequence, they all felt the frustration, the pressure. They wanted to change, but they felt they were too busy to change. Now, this wasn't a single habit or behaviour that was destructive, it was multiple. And considering them with unconditional positive regard, they were doing the best they could with the knowledge they had, the skill sets they had in their team, and the situation that was at hand. However, one of my favourite quotes is, "Taking no action is a decision." Through them choosing not to act, through them accepting that they were too busy to change, they were ultimately accepting their reality and acknowledging that it wouldn't improve without any action. They were consciously allowing themselves to self-destruct and doing nothing at all about it. Now, I encouraged them to start small. I encouraged them to think of a few small experiments that they could attempt in the next few weeks, focused on improving their current reality, to commit to examining in a few weeks' time what they learned from those experiments and whether it worked or it didn't, and then to ultimately tweak or come up with new experiments to try next. Now, the honest answer is they didn't quite fix their reality right away, but they began getting on the right path, on the right trajectory, which is the important thing. And as they continued to do so, embracing these small experiments, they started to improve. My top tips for you, if you are working with a team that's self-destructing and feeling like it's too busy to change, encourage them to start small. For example, a retro should come up with the outcome of 3 to 5 actions or experiments that the team can start working on and make capacity for in their next iteration. Ask them to add that to their backlog for transparency. Ask them to commit to these experiments and share with one another their progress towards them in their stand-ups. And ultimately, at the end, do a short retro to examine what they've learned from it. Remind them not to let perfect be the enemy of good, and that imperfect action is better than no action at all. Don't stop believing, folks.